Okay. If you're here, you decided to wander into the video. You decided to go through the door. But in the same way that this is for you, this is for me. To be honest, before it's for you, it's for me. So, you're here. And you're pretty much witnessing a start to a series. Now, I don't know how long this series is going to exist for, but I have way too many captures, way too many, and saying it's way too many is not even true. I did it for a reason. I did it to capture. I did it to allow the moment to be, but allow me to see what it is that I'm doing. I did it to showcase what the process looks like for me, with me, of me, So this is just one of those things where I'm allowing people to see what it is for me. So you've wandered into me drawing, which is pretty cool. For some context, when it comes to these types of drawings, although there's a variety, pretty much like it can be a spontaneous thing. After a bunch of research, I've realized that I fit into the realm of symbolic and automated drawing or creation in general. It's something that transfers onto my writing process as well, which is heavily tied to my drawings. So, because I feel like it's a little bit necessary, and honestly, it ties back to a place that this channel was in for a hot minute. And like I said in the video before, my channel shifted into something that was more instant, despite that not being my process. What do I mean by that? Every day, I would post my creation. Every day, I would post what I wrote. And I did that out of urgency. Truth be told, I did it out of urgency, but I also did it to show myself that I was able to do something or show up for something every day. And then that ended up transferring into my ability to do what you're seeing me do, in addition to my writing, in addition to my other creative practices, in addition to crochet, in addition to singing, in addition to dancing, like all the different things that I do. It was able to transfer to that and allow me to do that in solitude, which is something that I was doing before I even decided to go that route with the channel. But the reality is a lot of this exists in solitude regardless. Like, you're not going to get this. People won't see your process really if it's not something in solitude. And that's not to say that you can't create with an audience. To be quite honest, I'm creating in solitude, but it's being shared with an audience. But right now, I'm my sole audience. And I've enjoyed being that. So that's his own thing. But the point, I say that to, preface before I share the poem that this is tied with. So let's just get right on into it. I don't know how long that one's going to take, but it's about rest. And I'll preface that. For a few days now, honestly, since Sunday, I felt like I needed to take a lot of time to rest, I've been oversleeping a fuck ton. And maybe that's because I got a lot of sleep that I'm up with my sister late or early in the morning doing a bunch of something and a bunch of nothing, to be quite honest. Then I head into the weekend. This past weekend, I'm working, doing the thing. And because of all that action, and I would say purposeful action, but because of all of that, physically tired, but also clearly mentally tired too. Like, there are a lot of different commitments I've given myself. And shit, through oversleeping, I see, okay, yeah. You need to take a nap when you feel like you need to take a nap, because guess what? You have the time to do so. You do enough, you have schedule enough, and maybe somebody needs to hear that. Like, you're doing enough. If you have the time to do it, you lay down. Like, but I say that to go into this. As rest enters the function, it asks for something. An answer that's blank to be filled, for time to circle, for presence to appear. It waits to be taken, claimed, unforsaken. It watches gold be given to production and pedalized obstructions. You know, the casts that distract. Of hierarchy they concede to lack, melting in the butters of comfort, while the contents still stick. It's a climb that you can't resist, sought out by us because distractions offer bliss. And bliss is as far as it gets. As the eyes drag lower and motion grows slower. Why? 'Cause rest stalls the function. And it asks for something. Surrender to voided tunes, blurred lines and visions, static lines, or bright, distinct, defined. It grasps for your hand's pause. And hearts decline. A relax in your spine. Surrender at its finest. Rest hosts the function. That is the function of every day. Rejuvenation pays. It's prime time to automate. Your payments due. You're due for rest. So what is it that you'll pay? And that's all we got for today. Now, honestly, that felt shaky-ish. But I'm cool with that. I'm still going to release it because this is also practice to just say what the fuck I want to say or how I want to say it or share what it is that I want to say and not think heavily about it. And I think that there's some rest in that. Rest of the mind and also rest in action. Resting in taking these actions so I don't have to think about or place myself in this state of wishing or like resentment towards self, or regret, truly regret, for not doing, for not acting. Although this is not an act. So that is that. You wandered into a mini conversation, really, and a watch of my process, which I will continue to share. That there's the poem. When it comes to the artwork itself, even though it's still in the process, clearly, I'm just going to let you take that in. And you wander through that work, because that is the sole purpose of a lot of this too. For me, but also, for the people that are seeing this. So maybe down the line I will do interpretation, or at least tell you word by word what my process is like. But I'm going to let it sit in what it is right now, and just let you see what this is rather than explain. Because for me and to me, explaining doesn't really allow for engagement. So engage with it if you have something to say about it. Well, that's all. Take care.